Hola mi gente, hello everyone. If you're new here, I am Alfonsina, designer of minimal fashion and handmade goods. Check out my websites shopalfonsina.com and ladosimple.com for more info. In this video, I want to explain why fabric composition matters, what each material has to offer, and why choosing natural fibers can really change how your clothing feels in the everyday life. First, let's talk about fabric composition in general. Most clothing nowadays are made out of synthetic materials. Think polyester, nylon, and in that range. And while those materials are easy to find, massively produced, and very inexpensive, they don't always perform well on the body, especially in warm weather like here in Arizona. Natural fibers, they behave differently. They breathe better, they regulate temperature, and they tend to age very gracefully over time. When I design or select fabrics for my handmade goods, for my handmade clothing, I choose materials that support longevity, comfort, and real daily wear, not just appearance. Although I do have to say, for the most part, I want to make them look like $1,000,000 because that's what they are. Very good quality handmade items made of natural fibers. So even though they are made with a minimal approach, with natural fibers, the goal is to always make them look super cool, something that you are very proud to wear for time to come. Let's start with cotton. Cotton is probably one of the fabrics that you are more familiar with, and for a good reason. It is soft, breathable, and very good on the skin. I use cotton for many everyday pieces like blouses. For example, this blouse is made out of 100% cotton. I absolutely love this blouse because it's so comfortable. It's a loose style. 100% cotton again, with a very tiny flower print, with the same monochromatic look that I love to use in my designs. Relaxed garments that people would like to wear often because it allows airflows and comfort that people want to wear here in Phoenix, Arizona. Good cotton washes very well and it becomes softer over time. This makes it a very good natural fiber because it's very dependable. Next is linen, and honestly is one of my favorite materials to work with. What makes it special is that it's very breathable, and it has different variations of linen. You can find linens that are very tight together in the thread count, and others that are a little more loose. So depending on what you're making, is perfect for being breathable. Releases heat very easily, and it keeps the body cool. That is why linen garments, they feel very fresh even in higher temperatures. It holds the shape beautifully while remaining airy and light. With linen, I have played around from skirts to tops to dresses to special occasion garments. I was able to make a Mother of the Bride special garment that it turned out absolutely amazing. Then we have silk. Silk, silk, silk. Silk feels very luxurious. Why? Because it is. It is lightweight, strong, and it drapes perfectly. Even though silk appears to be very delicate, they actually hold on very strong if you care for them properly. I use silk for pieces where I want softness, movement, and still preserving that natural beauty and elegance. I like to keep my silk items under the special occasion area just because it is very expensive. It's a very expensive material and there's just no way to get around it. There's just no way to get around it, and I like to use silk for lining my garments, for skirts and dresses and things like that. So I do recommend that if you are going to be Mother of the Bride or bridesmaids or engagements and all those very like luxe milestone events and celebrations that you invest in silk items because it really feels so special. And silk works very, very nicely with very minimal design because you really don't want to do a lot on silk because the actual fabric speaks for itself. And finally, we have wool. Many people think that wool is just for cold weather, but that's not necessarily true. Wool is temperature regulating, so it can be very good on cold weather, but it can also be very breathable on more moderate climates. For the most part, I like to use lightweight wool for when I want to make long-lasting structured pieces like jackets and suits and pants and skirts as well. Mainly for uniforms and things like that, and jackets made out of wool is the best. And one fun fact about wool is that it tends to be odor resistant. So that makes it a great choice for pieces that you use on the daily, like your work uniforms and suits and jackets and things like that, or when you're traveling a lot, you make your coats out of wool. They are amazing for that category of clothing. So overall, the reasons why I choose natural fibers like cotton, linen, silk, and wool is very simple. They perform better, they last longer, they support clothing that feels comfortable and breathable. So if you ever wonder why some garments feel better than others or last longer, a lot of time has to do with the composition of the materials that the pieces were made. So understanding what your clothing is made of is the best decision that you can make for your closet. That is it for now. I really hope that this video was very beneficial for you. And as always, do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment to this video. And I will see you on the next one.